Welcome back to Off Script, and today I'm delighted to be interviewing Lauren. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. So why don't you start by just telling us what you do, where you work, maybe how long you've been here for?
So
This is for much my benefit.
I work in the Stoke office in Newcastle under Lyme. I've been here since last June, so it's almost my one year anniversary in the company.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, thank you. I am currently employed as a desk adjuster for the Claims Consortium Group.
Lovely. And so what does that mean, a desk adjuster? What exactly?
So I like to think that it's not an actual set job, and it's a lot of doing different stuff and tapping in and out of things. So addressing sort of mostly property claims at desk and things like that. I have been privileged enough as well to attend some site visits most recently, which I think is great.
Does that help, like, when you're actually doing the desk adjusting? Does that put it a bit more in perspective?
Because, you know, desk you usually see sort of like photos and things like that, and you're trying to visualise things. Actually being there in person, it gives you a better understanding of the things around you, and it helps you to apply sort of certain circumstances to better understand loss and how things might have happened. So yeah, a typical day really is just reviewing property claims, sort of providing technical knowledge to the rest of the team across the TPA property schemes. I do a lot of the sort of debt reviews and things as well for property, and just getting that back on track, and just doing a few reports and invoicing.
And when you're desktoping, are you actually settling claims there and then, or are you triaging them and then making sure they're going to the right place, or a bit of each?
So we always do a triage. However, we aren't the first contact for the customer, so we don't do FNOLs.
Right, okay.
So what will happen is the TPA will do the FNOL and then decide whether or not it needs an adjuster, and then we'll pick up the instruction and take the most appropriate action moving forward. But we do always like to do our sort of own triage in-house as well, just to get a better understanding of what's going on and make the assessments for ourselves.
Cool. And a little bit of plug for Synergy Cloud, because I'm going to take that opportunity. So Synergy Cloud have just launched a videos. I think it's called Synergy Video. So you may or may not be able to, but actually it will help desktop adjusting a lot.
Yes.
Because you'll be able to.
It was just this week actually, I was having a conversation with the Synergy Cloud people. They came to the Stoke office.
Well, they're doing their job then.
Yeah, they came to the Stoke office, and
Who was it you met? I'm putting you on the spot now. Was it Tim, Tom?
Gary.
Gary, okay.
Was one of them, and there was another gentleman, and I'm really sorry, but I can't remember his name.
Don't worry.
I don't want to say it.
No, that's fine.
And he was showing me that sort of thing because I have been really interested in sort of the digital technologies and things like that.
Yeah.
So before I did work for Claims Consortium Group, I did do sort of desktop surveying and adjusting as well. Okay. So using those technologies to settle claims and things like that. So really excited for that, and that's something I definitely want to get into.
Amazing, good. Now there's some great opportunities of things we can do, I think, to help desktoping and claims anyway with Synergy. Yeah. And where were you before?
Davies Group.
Okay. There's common theme coming through now.
Yeah, that seems to be a trend.
Great. So before working at Davies, was it insurance? Was it claims? Yeah, like this is what, school, university. Is that what you wanted to do?
No. So I just sort of stumbled upon the insurance job.
I think to be fair, that seems to be
what most people do. Yeah. So
stumbled into it.
Before I came to sort of in the insurance industry, I actually studied at university. I studied at Keele University, which was in Stoke, and I also got to attend Ball State University in Indiana, in Muncie.
In where?
Indiana, Muncie. It's in America.
Right, okay.
And I studied criminology and criminal justice.
Oh, wow. God, that's so far away.
Yeah. So got to do a little bit of that. That entailed lots of different things.
Does that entail like law and stuff as well?
Some parts of it, yeah. So
It's so fascinating.
when I was in America, I got to work alongside their criminal justice system and their police force and probation service, and be part of the prosecutions in the courtroom.
Oh my gosh.
So it was quite good. It was very different to insurance.
Yeah, but I mean, the claims environment can be, quite emotive, and it can be quite a harsh environment, right? Because you're dealing with people who have obviously suffered in one of their most valuable things, right? So that can be hard. But I mean, compared to what you just said, it's just like a walk in the park, no?
Yeah. So I actually got to interview some death row inmates.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So was in a maximum security prison, interviewing and having lunch with them. Only that be the ones that were most trusted among programs in the prison.
Hold on. So let's rephrase that. You were with the most trusted inmates sitting in death row.
Yeah. Yeah. So
you did have other people with you, right? This wasn't alone.
Yeah. There wasn't any guards. There wasn't many guards, really. There wasn't like standing over you. But yeah, I got to have lunch with them and everything, interview them. There was a range of different offences. So there was murders, attempted murderers, armed robberies, rapists. Got to see all sorts of
Was
people.
there did you find a common theme with kind of where they were in their state of mind? In terms, were they angry or were they full of remorse?
So a lot of them had sort of been reformed, and they had actually implemented their own programs within the prison. A lot of them ended up where they was due to substance misuse and abuse. The state that I was in, unfortunately, it did have a quite high sort of...
What state did you say it was?
Indiana,
Right,
Muncie.
Right. Because I don't know if India, they had there's a massive oxy problem.
Yeah, so a lot of it was sort of like meth labs and things like that. So you'd walk through the neighbourhood, which we wasn't allowed to walk through alone.
Yeah.
And there was just like abandoned houses all boarded up, and people would just be cooking meth and things in them.
That's really sad.
Yeah, but it's prepared me to have those difficult conversations that I need to have.
Yeah,
telling
no, for
someone
sure.
no.
So how did you go from criminal justice in the States to desktop and claims in Stoke?
So I didn't originally live in Stoke. I moved up from Birmingham when I was 18. So I just started building a home for myself and my family in Stoke-on-Trent over the years, and sort of bought a house. And at that time then I was really thinking, I want to start being more sort of career driven. Obviously I'd completed all these qualifications. I'd done a research project with Manchester Police. Wow. And I was thinking that, what do I do now? So looking at options and things like that, and just scrolling through sort of your general pages like LinkedIn and things like that, and Indeed, and come across a job as just a standard claims handler, and I thought, right, okay, so I went and I interviewed for that, and I got it. And at first I think it was really a sink or swim situation, where it comes natural to some people, doesn't it? And that they're able to sort of process claims and have those conversations, and then the interpretation of policy wordings. And at first I did struggle, and I didn't know if it was something for me. But as I got sort of and dug deeper into it and started handling more claims at a technical level and things like that, I started to sort of develop a real passion for it. Particularly me, it's the sort of technical things and the interpretation of wordings and things like that, and applying that. And from there, it's just a massive learning opportunity. There's always something new to learn, and you're never ever going to know anything in this industry. And that's what I really enjoy, is that you always are tackled and challenged each and every day with something new that you need to figure out. And I think that sort of links into what I did in the past. It's all about sort of
I was
problem
going to say,
solving.
there's the link. There's sort of that.
It's sort of,
because your eyes lit up as soon as you start talking about the technical side of it. You kind of like
it's all that problem solving and being presented with an impossible situation and thinking, actually, no, we can do something about this, and putting that plan in place.
Oh, I love that. I think I like finding solutions. Yeah, that's really cool. So have you got any big plans, any personal goals, any work goals over the next couple of years, next year? What's the thing you may be focused on?
I would like to say that I am quite ambitious and career driven.
Good. I love ambition.
I've already started looking at opportunities within sort of internally within CCG.
Yep.
Definitely eager when an opportunity arises. Yes. I'm going to snap it up. It's just about waiting for the right time, the right one, and hopefully as well it's going to be the right situation for me.
Yeah.
I don't know particularly what yet. I would like to potentially manage my own team and provide that technical knowledge on a sort of wider spread rather than just a sort of small group.
Yeah, I think I love that, because I think like if you're fixed on this vision and this goal of kind of that's actually what you want to do and that's what you want to achieve, then I think having that goal allows you just to focus on moving towards it. I think being able to visualise your goals is so important. It's one thing that I think that I've been able to do, perhaps, and I don't think I'm particularly good at a lot of things, but the one thing I can do, maybe what I'm saying is I'm a good dreamer, but I think having those clear, articulate views is what drives you forward, because you just find a way, no matter what gets in the way, and stuff does get in the way sometimes.
Yeah, and I think being able to be flexible with these goals as well.
100%.
You can often find yourself very disappointed if you don't meet something the first time. So I have recently applied internally with a position within CCG, and unfortunately I didn't get it. But reflecting on that now, obviously at the time I was very upset, but reflecting on that now, I'm glad. I've had that exposure and I've had that experience, and I now know what's needed next time to progress and actually develop on those things.
That attitude is definitely, it goes back to the solution finding, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of working out how to get forward. And so in a kind of a similar way, I'm looking at launching another podcast outside of this, and it's actually with our producer's dad. No one can see our producer, but he's there sitting behind us on the videos. And it's called, I perhaps won't say the full name, but it's called Founders F-Ups, right? And it is about what you've just said. In this case, we're going to be interviewing founders, but it's about learning from the mistakes, learning from the things that haven't been successful. And how people become successful, and that's exactly what you've just articulated. So I'm always inspired by that. So I think it's great.
I like that idea. You can't learn without making a few mistakes along the way.
No, 100%. Well, I've got this terrible thing because I love fighting, right? Like, hence my book there, Michael Bisping. You probably don't know who he is. One day someone's going to go, oh my God, you've got a book about Michael Bisping. But it's a great story in itself. But I always think there's loads of metaphors with life, business, around fighting. And one of the metaphors that I think is like when you learn to fight, the world champions, the best fighters in the world are not ones that have never lost. They've lost, they've been beaten, they've been punched, they've been knocked out, and it's how they recover from that and how they learn from their mistakes from that. So I always think that's a great metaphor for like business and life. I've got a few more, but I won't bore everyone with that. Right, okay, so at this stage I'm going to ask you your question for me.
Okay, yeah, so...
Take a big deep breath in.
It's like a sort of reflection question. So if you were to do this all over again, start from scratch with CCG, is there anything that you would do differently?
That's a really good question. So I suppose how CCG has been built is very much from the bottom up. in the fact that I had no resources, I had no money, I had no knowledge in the industry, and I've had to build it bit by bit, and learn as I go along and bring the expertise in. I suppose if I was to do it today, then I've got a knowledge in the industry, and I've got resources. I've got, like, the most important thing is I've got some amazing people, as in like you guys, you know, that and some amazing people around me to be able to help shape what a business today would be like. So I think what I would do is what I'm trying to do now is create it's the same output, right? It's always about technology, people, data, right? But not necessarily in that order. But they're the three components, I think, that will make a business. But I think what I would probably do first of all is would have maybe looked at focusing on the technology first. But I didn't have that luxury, so I'm kind of like late to the party. So yeah, I'm doing it that way, if that answers your question.
Yeah, fabulous. It's all worked out, really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've still, you know, still got the vision, haven't quite achieved the goals that I want to achieve, and that's what drives me forward. So yeah, so it's worked out, but it's not where I want to be. I want to be further, but you know, that's
Cool.
See what happens in a year's time. Right, and now we've got one of these questions in the bowl. I've got no idea what's in there, and I've realised I've got my contact lenses in, so I actually can't read it. So if you pick it out and read it, they're for both of us, right? So whoever can answer the question first.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's a would you rather.
No, it's not. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Okay, well, I literally, as other guests have found out, because I've talked about it, cannot sing. I literally cannot sing to save my life, despite going to a drama school, despite having Emma Bunton in the year below me, Rita Ora and Amy Winehouse went to the same school as me. I can't sing, obviously not at the same time. But right now, the song that I keep playing and I really love, and it puts a smile on my face, a bit cheesy, is Beautiful Thing by Benson Boone. I literally can't stop playing that, so I think that would be it for now. It just makes me really happy when I hear it, and I do sing it when I'm in the car on my own. You?
I like to think that I can sing, even though I can't. So I've got a bit of a name for myself in the office, and I am the office singer.
Are you?
I'm always singing.
You know what's coming next, don't you?
Oh, no. But my karaoke, it's got to be a classic Whitney Houston. It's got to be a good old Whitney. And that's probably one of the worst people to choose to sing if you can't sing.
Yeah, but you must be able to have, well, you either can sing or have an unhealthy amount of confidence in your singing.
Just, you know what? I enjoy myself when I sing.
I love
it's fun. So
that's what it's about, though.
If you don't like it, put your fingers in your ears.
No, but that's what it's about. It's about that release, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I could sing. Anyway.
It would be a good talent, but oh well.
Thank you
give it a shot.
Thank you very much. It's been really good.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It's been brilliant.
You're welcome.